Hey team, we're going to run through our foot conditioning circuit today. This one's really good to get us out of our shoes, which most of us spend the majority of our day in. We might have really unstable shoes, we might have really narrow toe boxes, which takes away from our toe function. And when we squat, when we deadlift, all really important, particularly if we look at locomotion too, the foot function, the toe function is really intricate, right? You've got 26 bones, 33 joints, and about 10,000 nerve endings in your feet alone. So it's really important that we look after them in this process. So the first one we're going to run through is a couple of different toe patterns first. I'm going to pin all of my toes down to the floor, try and keep my arches nice and steady, and I'm going to lift just the big toes off the floor, bring it back down. Trying to keep my balance up the chain, I'm not swinging back and forth. So big toes first, then we go into leaving the big toes down and then the digits lift off. As high as you can, spread them out in the process. We reverse it up then, we go everything to the sky, big toe taps down, keep the digits as still as you can. Reverse that up, digits tap down, big toe stay still. And the last one is piano toes, which is one at a time. Bring it in, one at a time, take it off. Bit of a brain teaser for you there. So that's focused on toe function. We're going to shift into the foot ankle now with a couple of dynamic movement patterns. The first one we're going to do is heel walking. So I want you to lift your toes as high as you can off the floor. Control your step if you can. Get your hands going as well. About 20 meters forward, and then we do 20 meters back. Now this one's aimed at our tib anterior on the front of our shin, which is really important for when we're running, controlling the descent of the foot when it hits the floor. So we're not kind of just like slapping it when we come down. So that's heel walking is number one. Number two, we're going to go toe walking. So we're up nice and high this time. We're going to see if we can keep it into a little bit of a march pattern. So my toes go towards the sky as I step. Heels are nice and high. Same again, we go all the way forwards. Find your control. Head stays up. And then we'd go backwards from there. Good. Number three in this sequence, we've got inversion. So I'm going to walk on the outside of my foot. I'm trying to not let myself lose complete control through here. This one's a really good preparation for change of direction sports and reducing the odds of things like sprained ankles, if you think about the positions they get into when we roll them. So if we spend time in those awkward positions, we've started to train the body to prepare for what might go wrong. And if we think about life, life is chaos, right? We never know what's going to happen next. So if we can prepare in advance, then we've got a fighting chance of survival. Next up, we've got eversion. So I'm going to load up the inner side of my arches, soles face outwards. Don't let the knees collapse. Same again, get the hands going. Engage your glutes, stay tall through that trunk. As far as you can show that sole outwards. And then coming back from there. And then the last one that we've got is a walking march. Stage one is just your standard A march pattern. Coming up, pause at the top, get the hands going, nice square hips. Focus on where the load is through that foot. So we should have even surface area all the way through, not too much on the toes, not too much on the heel, not rolling in or out. And the creme de la creme, if you're good at that, we're going to add a calf raise into the process. So A march, come up onto the calves, up onto the toes, I should say. Find your balance, find your control, step on through. Same thing again, if you can. Try backwards on the way back. Everything's always harder on the way back, isn't it? Woo, got me. Don't look at the camera. Nice one. Happy days.